Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, raison de la jodia is because I'm in my Master of Ministry program, and today I'm doing a capstone project. So I'm gonna give you guys a presentation of this capstone project that I had to do to complete my master program. So we're going to talk about my journey. How did this all begin? This began in March of 2016. That's when I started this program at Warner University in Lake Wales. And why was I seeking this degree? Whenever I said I wanted to join the Master of Ministry program, it's because I wanted to do something to advance my knowledge, in the Word, to better equip myself with the Word, and also because since I work with the kids and the youth, I just wanted the opportunity to be able to, better understand the Word. And I think this program was going to help me strengthen my skills and also give us the proper resources and everything to do that. So I started, like I said, my passion for the kids, the youth of the church, desire to learn and strengthen my skills in the biblical interpretation and improve my leadership skills and build a better community in Highlands County. My congregation. So this project that I had to do this on was on my own congregation. We couldn't do it on other churches. We had to do it in our church. So my congregation is First Haitian Baptist Church of Avon Park. The senior pastor was Pastor Etienne, and associate pastor, like I said, this was done since December. And then this is our church. Just some picture of our church. Senior pastor, First Lady, and in our first beloved, late First Lady. And then what is a capstone project? This is what you guys are here today. What is a capstone project? It is a large-scale applied ministry project in which students work with the congregation leaders to identify a particular ministry need, concern, or opportunity in the congregation. So this project is, I was supposed to come up with a team, which I'll talk about in the next slide, and we're supposed to address a need or concern in the church. So my position pamwen na klasa, I had to I had to come up with a group of people that were going to address a need or concern. Try to find a or a opportunity to address it. Sorry, my Korea. Two primary purposes of the capstone project: to lead collaboratively in a ministry context and to design a process for addressing the organization opportunity and concern. This capstone project was a three-stage thing. It started back in May of 2017 and then began in August, and then it finished from January to March. So the first stage of this capstone project was we had to find and shape the story of our church, and we had to do a project proposal and framing. So during that time, we had to try to come up, find the concern we're going to talk about, shape it, and then, like I said, that's the first stage. And then live in the story, and start finding some ways to do these things in action. And then the third one is telling and celebrating the story. The local ministry formation plan. The local ministry team, it was the team that I was going to choose to help me do this project. And what is a local ministry team? The student will recruit a local ministry team that will work with the student for the duration of the project in all the various stages: project design, execution, and evaluation. The LMT will serve primarily as a discernment, brainstorming, and resource team. So whenever I was making this decision to select the people that I wanted to work with for this local ministry team, I like to observe, so I observe prayer, and I had one-on-one meeting with the people that I chose to be part of this team. You guys know 5 is my favorite number, so I wanted to do 5 people. So the people that I chose, we had Cedes Marie Deyes. She's the deacon of the church. The president of the women's group, Brenda Duffin, the youth leader, secretary of the church, Kepla Cherie, young adult, Awa Jacques, young adult, and then myself. Okay, our local ministry team project focus. In our classes, we did a couple of books to help us, with our capstone project. And one of the great book that we used was called Leading the Team-Based Church. This book was amazing because it talks about how to develop team-based characteristics. There were 7 characteristics that he talked about that, we should have in a ministry team in a church. And the first one was a covenant team, a vision team, a culture-creating team, a collaborative team, a trusting team, an empowering team, and a learning team. And the 2 teams that I wanted us to focus, because it went along with our concern that we want, was the trusting team and the empowerment team. When we was doing this capstone project, we had to do it using this process called design thinking process. And that's the process that we use to use this capstone project. And it's called the design thinking process. It's 5 different stages. You have the emphasize stage, you have the define stage, ideate stage, test stage, and then prototype. And then the first type is called emphasize. This is when we're supposed to go up to our church people and kind of hear their concerns. So this is the time that we took and we created surveys. This is the time that we wanted the church people to actually hear. So what we did as a group, we did surveys and we did direct observation, because doing emphasize, you discover our congregation story. So this was the time that we're supposed to discover the story that we're going to tell. And so, like I said, we use surveys and we use direct observations. Data collections. Okay, we gave out 25 surveys to different members in the church, and then we conducted our direct observations. Me and Kibble, we had sheets and we had questions where there was questions that we was observing people in the church. So we gave around the surveys and then we did direct observations. And we did it during 2 Sundays. We did it during a regular traditional service, and we did it during the youth service, because we wanted to see how is the atmosphere, or how is the congregation doing those 2 different services. Questions. These were some of the questions that was on the surveys. Those surveys was tough, especially when we was reading them back. We got a lot of responses, a lot of not so good responses, some good responses. But the main point for the service was to really just get a true, this was a chance for the members to actually let their voice be heard. This was their opportunity. Don't feel like they was going to get, judged for what they wanted. Because we really wanted to hear the concern that they have for the church. And so, like I said, sometimes it's hard to read stuff, but this is the whole goal of this project, was to hear the people of the church. What was the concern and needs? As a ministry, we have to understand those things. And so it says the location where we had some of our meetings. And then the phase 2 is defined. So after those surveys, what did we come up